What's up, y'all? It's your girl S to the C Scorpio, S to the C Twerk Goddess. I'm out here for my morning walk. As you can see, woo, y'all, it don't take me much. I have a high metabolism. As long as I could get out here and get my exercise a couple of times a week, monitor what I'm eating, it just falls off. But anyway, I wanted to talk to you guys about being able to adapt and to adjust and fall back when it's necessary on certain things. I know a lot of times, I know me, I could be a stickler for planning, a stickler for my schedule, and if things aren't working out the way that I anticipated, sometimes that could be difficult for people to process, or people are just so stuck in having things go a certain type of way. Well, as you can see, a couple of years ago, people had plans to travel outside the country. People had all these plans. And then stuff just got shut down to no fault of your own. So the message for today is just to be able to adapt and to be able to adjust and to be able to fall back. A lot of times in situations in life, oh, look at that tree. That is so like cool. Anyway, but yeah, your girl out here, I told y'all I'm gonna be fine for the summertime. Anyway, I'm fine now, but it doesn't hurt to do your body good, you know. And I am going to get me a tripod and like some stuff. But anyways, a lot of times in life, it requires us to be able or to have to slow down or put certain projects on pause or shift from one activity to another or fall back on certain relationships, certain people, certain family. And that's okay. Like, it's okay to not be okay. It's okay to not be okay. And so I think that's why a lot of people have grief. A lot of people have stress. A lot of people have depression in their life because we're stuck a lot of times. We're stuck on things just being a certain way and things just flowing a certain way. And a lot of times that won't be the reality. And you have to be okay with that. You have to be okay with adjusting. You have to be okay with adapting. And so with the shutdowns and everything that happened over the past couple of years, a lot of people had a really difficult time staying in the house. You know, the turn up was real. Like, for a lot of people, the turn up was so real. And some people just couldn't sit still. And so we have to find ways to be able to adapt or fall back if necessary. If there's ever a situation similar to where you got to sit down, you got to be okay with that and come up with other creative ways to get things done. I think our society suffers from ADHD a lot. Because I'm a mental health advocate, I deal with a lot of different diagnoses that people deal with and suffer from. And so in society, I feel like a large majority of our population suffers from ADHD. And it's proven, I don't have the statistics offhand, but it has been proven that, you know, people have a short attention span. People get distracted easily. And when you have applications like Instagram and Facebook and even YouTube and Clubhouse and TikTok and things like that, it only contributes to diminishing one's attention span. So I think that was part of the programming, like to decrease people's attention span. And so as a society, while we dealing with um, focusing on ourselves, right? Because that's what we should be doing at the end of the day. And I will put the links on my merch, the Scorpio tees, the Streamy tees. Anyways, I think that's what a lot of people struggle with in society, is just being focused on the now, being focused on the present, really tapping into our creativity, being unique, knowing when to fall back. A lot of times people emulate stuff that they see on social media very often. We have a whole like trending, it's all kind of like bugs and things in the nature. I don't know if that was a caterpillar, I don't know, but anyways, it's nice out here. But we get so captivated in like the visuals that sometimes it's easy to lose sight and lose focus on what's important and what we need to be doing. And so I think that has also caused a lot of depression in our society. People looking online, people going on social media, comparing their lives to others, when you only really seeing like a 60-second reel of somebody's story that they created. Like, you don't know what it's like behind the scenes with these people. And so I think that has contributed to the decline of people's mental well-being. It has increased people's stress because they're trying to live up to somebody else's status of success or someone else's status of happiness. And in my book, How to Overcome Your Fear of Being Successful, I talk about that. We define our happiness. We define our level of success. I'm successful because I made it out here this morning to get my walk. Now, I could be at the nail shop. I could be going to get me a lace front. I could be doing a lot of things. But I said, you know what? I'm going to focus on me. This really matters to me. This is important. And so I planned for it, I prepared for it, and here I am. And I am being very successful because my goal was to come out here and get my morning walk in. So the point that I'm trying to make is sometimes we have to fall back on the things that are not serving us, and that's fine. I think in society, we put too much pressure on what we should be doing, or trying to be like the Joneses and do things that other people do, when it's okay to just be you and just reflect on the things that you like and fall back if necessary. If you're surrounded by people that are not sharing the same interests or some common goals as you, it's actually okay to fall back and do you. And so it's flies and all kind of stuff, but it's just really beautiful out here. And this is where I come to regroup and to reflect and to thank nature. And so, yeah, a lot of times we're going to have to adapt in areas that we may not have been aware of. We might have to adjust our schedules in life. And for people that suffer with adjustment disorders, I say pace yourself. But it's really important that you have the ability to be able to adapt and to be able to adjust and change. In my last video, I talked about how chosen ones are constantly evolving and chosen ones are unpredictable. And you have to keep that same energy because we live in a changing world. We live in a changing society. And just like most people didn't know, it was actually 2019. But most people didn't know where society was going to be. And I'm going to do a video on a timeline from 2019 to now, because the signs are all around us. And that's why it's really important to be tapped in and tuned in to nature and yourself, because some people were actually prepared. There's been an increase of like prepper channels on YouTube, and some people might say, oh well, those people are crazy or they're conspiracy theorists or nothing. No, they just are prepared. And oh, that's nice over there. It's funny how people will label people a certain type of way for having a particular belief. Nope. It's nice over there though, like maybe next time. But anyway, people label people a certain type of way for having a certain type of belief or for being prepared, but hindsight is 2020. And for the people that were prepared, all the preppers out there, it was a smooth transition. If they were unable to go to the grocery store or to get toilet paper or whatever, I'm pretty sure most of them was prepared. And so as we went into 2019, the changes was happening, but if you on TikTok all day and you on Instagram all day looking at the big booty, but if you just saturated with social media and all the apps, yeah, it's going to be difficult for you to tune in to what's really going on. Some people have had the insight to prepare, even though they may not have been preppers and stuff like that. So again, the point of this message is you have to be able to adapt and adjust and fall back when necessary. Again, yeah, I'm gonna do a timeline for the events that took place leading up to like the shutdown and stuff, because if we look back, I'm sure we could see like some signs that things were gonna shift. And so in being able to adjust and fall back, some people went through severe depression during these lockdowns because they were not able to adapt and adjust to some of the changes. Like, people used to having free will, do as they want, come and go as they please, leave the country, travel, all these things. But when the lockdowns happened, people couldn't do that. And it was nothing that anyone could do. Some people were stuck in countries, and it was nothing that nobody could do but just wait and be patient. So in this beautiful thing that we call life, there will definitely be a need to learn patience at times, be able to evolve when situations permit for that and call for that, to be able to adjust and to be able to fall back. Some people had to fall back on family members that were being toxic. Some people had to fall back on significant others and relationships. A lot of people fell back on their jobs. They were just so overwhelmed and overworked and underpaid that they fell back. And they were okay with that. And you have to be okay with whatever changes transpire in your life and in society. And so with that being said, thank you for tuning in. Please check out some of the links in my description to stay connected. Thank you for your support. And shout out to all my Eastside babies. And I'll see you next time.